You are the answer to the cry of a nation. You are the answer to the cry of a generation. You are here deliberately by God to fulfill a purpose, a destiny, and an assignment. You can't stop a church that is prayerful. You can't stop a family that is prayerful. You can't stop a business that is prayerful. You can't stop a career that is prayerful. You can't stop children who are prayerful. You can't stop anything. The Bible says men ought to pray and not to faint. Not boys, men. So how do you know men? They have capacity to pray.
Pastor Prince Abah, teaching with wisdom and power.
Previously on Rule Your World with Rev Prince Abah.
You see, when you talk about men of God in an evil way, you are laying the foundation not just for yourself, you're laying the foundation of course for your children. And there are others who are even doing legitimate business, nothing to show. Nothing to show. It's foundation. No foundation of sacrifice speaking for you. Do you know what I found out? That even Jesus laid that foundation of prosperity. Oh, you think Jesus was a poor man? He laid that foundation. Who was Jesus before he came to the world? He was the Son of God. He was in heaven. He had prosperity. He had the kingdoms. He had everything. He had the throne. He was living in a nice life. But do you know what Jesus did? He took all that and sold it as a sacrifice to God the Father. Money is not real wealth. The Bible calls money unrighteous mammon. You use unrighteous mammon to buy up true riches. When a man is swimming in grace, that's true riches. When a man is swimming in revelation and knowledge, that's true riches. When a man is swimming in all kinds of wisdom, ideas, prophetic eyes are all open. When a man is swimming in the anointing, in power, in utterance, when a man is swimming in knowledge, that is true riches. Now, from Tuesday, you'll be watching us every 6 p.m. on EBBC. I know you want to clap. If you want to clap, clap. But after clapping and shouting, find a spot and go and put resources. Because it's not going there for fancy. Money is doing that job. Just 30 minutes you're playing, you're talking above 17K. And then you're going to do that times 7 days, times 30 days, then times 365 days in a year. That's where I am now. It's crazy. Why? We need to push this gospel beyond the 4 walls of the church. And that one is just one. We're looking for other satellites. Do you know? It's in the vision of this mandate to build a TV station. It's in the vision. It's in the vision. It's in the vision of this mandate. We are doing a teen summit by April somewhere, after Easter, when school is a teen summit for the whole. It's not just for teens, it's called Teens and Parents Summit. We're going to gather all the teenagers in all the schools, all the youth and their parents and guardians, and we're going to fill up the whole economical center. And then 2 days we're going to be doing heavy reformation. We'll be talking on all these indulgences destroying our teenagers. We'll be talking on drugs. We'll be talking on all this Malian spirit. We'll be talking about the theme of the program is Secure Your Future. We have about 7 syndicate sessions, breakout sessions, and we have 7 trained facilitators who will be dealing with that. Most of them we are flying from Lagos, some we are flying from Abuja. They will be coming to deal with specialized topics. There's one that is on social media alone and media. All the vices and all the effect that social media is causing in this end time amongst our young people. Everybody now has phone, Android phone or iPhone. He has WhatsApp, he has Facebook, he has Twitter, he has Instagram. If you know the pollution, the sex going on there, all the pornography, all the nudity, all the nonsense going on there, and then a lot of young people are falling for these things. These things are discipling them to do evil. Who is going to come out to clear it? So many young people are losing their future by the day because of social media. That one is a special syndicate session. We're not only going to talk about the vices, we're going to talk about the opportunities in it. So that instead of using it to destroy yourself, you can find a creative way of using social media handles to promote yourself. Maybe to promote your business in practice. That's one. And that syndicate is on entrepreneurship. and business development. Another one is on career development. Another one is on even sports development. Another one is on entertainment development. All kinds of syndicate sessions we are putting together. Another one is on relationship. We're dealing with relationship issues. Look at children of 15 years now into relationship. You see a boy of 15 years, he's dating a girl of 13 years, and they know what your parents don't know. They know it better than them. And you're wondering what is going on in this generation. Now, if you know how much that program is costing us or costing me, a kingdom-minded person will be thinking partnership. The secret to prosperity is partnership. Let me show you something. Show them Luke chapter 8. Maybe this is the message for today. Maybe my diary is full with what I designed to preach, but I can't preach again. Maybe this is the message for today. But if you allow me 10 minutes, I'll tidy what I want to preach and then release something on your life and you'll go. How many of you will give me that opportunity? Luke chapter 8 verse 1. And it came to pass afterward that he went throughout every city and village, doing what? Preaching. And doing what? Showing the glad tidings of the kingdom of God, and the 12 were with him. Do you think going from city to city to preach is easy? Materials like books and CDs is easy. Do you think building what you want to build, 3,000 seater church, you think it's easy to do it? You think it's just a talk that will get it done? Even these things and parents summit want to do you think it's moi moi and agege bread? Missions is not easy. Traveling from campus to campus alone is not easy. To go and win souls from city to city to go, it's not easy. The gospel flies on the wings of prosperity. The Bible says, through prosperity my cities yet again shall be spread abroad. So you see this man Jesus going from city to city, villages to villages, town to town, territories to territories, places to places. And then the Bible even added the 12 were with him. The 12 were with him. That means they will sleep in hotels. Who is going to pay the hotel bills? They are going to eat food. Who is going to pay for the hotel, for the food? They are going to take transport. Who is going to pay their transport bills? In today's world, it is now flight. Like this week now, I'm flying to Lagos. It takes a kingdom-minded person to say, Pastor, the flight bill is on my head. I wish I can show you the blessings in partnership. Oh God, I can show you seven powerful blessings. See the blessing of prosperity. That's what Dangote knows. Oh, this Dangote your seed didn't just come up like that. That's what Pastor Chris and all those who know. They didn't just come up from the blues. It's powerful sacrifice. Pastor Chris every year gives Benson Dahusa's University 1 billion naira. He did it last year. I don't know if it's every year, but I heard last year's one. He gave them 1 billion. 1 billion. Can you do something for me behind? Just behind you. Behind. Go meet my wife. She's going to tell you what to do for me. So, yeah. I think that's how I heard it, but I'm not sure whether it's able. But I know the one he gave 1 billion to Benson Dahusa University. That Pastor Chris was an errand boy to Archbishop Idahosa many years ago. Errand boy. His job was to go and deliver letters, deliver mails for Papa Idahosa. See where he is today. See such level of prosperity. See such level of grace the man is enjoying. He didn't arrive there by preaching alone. He put heavy wealth in the kingdom, and today he's reaping out on it. There are many others I can show you. I wish I have the time. I will show you benefit of prosperity, benefit of not just prosperity for yourself, but transgenerational wealth. You will reap, your children will reap. Have you not heard of Rockefeller? Up to today, great grandchildren are still reaping of the wealth of that man. Hope you are aware of that. You see some people and then things are working for them. They are not struggling. These children are just blessed. Go and check. It's the foundation their father laid. Foundation of sacrifice, seed sowing, partnership with the gospel. Then you have some people who are struggling and suffering in life. You know why they are? Go and check their foundation. Their parents laid up nothing. The Bible says a good man leaveth up treasures and inheritance for his children. Inheritance is not physical, it's spiritual inheritance. It's foundation that you build, that even when you have gone, your children come, and then that foundation carries them. Let me give you a solid example of what the inheritance is in the Bible. Abraham laid one. And you are aware that Abraham was on a journey somewhere, and then he built an altar unto God, and that they enacted angelic transaction that was going on there. Abraham died, of course gave birth to Isaac. Isaac gave birth to Jacob. Isaac grew old and also died. Jacob now grew old. This is after many years. Embarked on a journey. While he was traveling, he met the night and couldn't continue. So he decided to pass the night. By the roadside. And the Bible says he gathered 12 stones and made a pillow with it. As he lay down that night, his eyes was open to see a ladder that started from the ground, and then the top was in the heavens. Not just that he saw a ladder, he saw angels that were ascending and descending, and the guy woke up and said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. Understand what he said. He said, surely the Lord is in this place, and I knew it not. He didn't say, surely my coming here brought the Lord in this place. What it means is that Jacob met God there. And how did he meet him there? What was it that happened many years ago that brought God there? The sacrifice of Abraham, his grandfather. So many years came and passed. That foundation was still solid, not only to carry Isaac but also carry Jacob and carry the rest of it. Is the sacrifice of Abraham that is sustaining the Jews today. All the Jews all over the world, you see, they are the most creative people in the world. They are the ones gifted with sciences. Look at coronavirus of yesterday that was ravaging the whole of China, and China was helpless. A few Israelites in Israel just went to the laboratory, and in few seconds, I think they say it's just a day, they came out with a vaccine that knocks the thing out. Maybe you've not heard it. I'm showing you now that the cure for that nonsense disease has been brought out. Israel, few Israel medical scientists were the ones who discovered it. What China struggled over the years to do. Africa was here running up and down. God help us, oh God help us. A few men whose father had a covenant with God. A few men whose father, and most of these Jews are not Christians, is what Abraham did that has laid that foundation. Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook is riding on that stuff. That's why you see that creativity, that technology, all those Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, Bill Gates. You go to Israel or Jerusalem, no one deposit of mineral resources there. Rain even hardly falls in Israel. Yet they are one of the most prosperous nations. You see agriculture, they are doing agriculture with another alternative irrigational system. Not even rain. They have irrigation, enough water to supply all their land, and they are growing crops. Israel can plant crops in season and out of season. They reap their crops in season and out of season. There's no season for any crop for them. If you are here saying it's not a season of corn, Israel is planting corn and reaping it immediately. They have technologies for planting an orange tree. One orange tree will be giving birth to cashew, giving birth to mango, and giving birth to at the same time. How they do it, I don't know. Yet if you go to their soil is not fertile for agriculture. How they import soil. This Israel, you see, import soil. This loam soil that we have in Nigeria wasting. We don't know what to do with it with agriculture. And young people are busy running up and down, following people who can help them. But look at your village, you have expanse of land. Go and farm. You can't do it directly. Go and get somebody to do it and pay the person a little stipend, and then when it's time for harvest, you harvest and sell those crops and make money out of it, instead of going up and down and idling away. They import soil. You have it here, boku. They import their own, and then they fill it. Their soil is white. It's a chalk. Their soil is all chalk. It's white chalk. What they use that soil only to do is to build. And when they build, they don't paint, because the whole soil is a paint on its own. So once you build it, that they are white, the plaster with it is so beautiful, white chalk. If you've gone to the wall of Israel now, you see that wall of prayer is all white. Now I hope you know that. For those of you who have been there, or if you've been there by camera, it's okay too. Foundation. Some of you, your father laid no foundation for you. They were the ones who persecuted Christians. Go and check your history. Some of you don't know your roots. Your parents are the ones who killed pastors, slandered pastors. You see, when you talk about men of God in an evil way, you are laying the foundation not just for yourself, you're laying the foundation of course for your children. Touch not my anointed, do my prophet no harm. No matter you try to edit it, it is still the word of God. In those olden days, you see, in Africa, a lot of ancestors killed those missionaries that brought the gospel to us, and they used their skull to drink palm wine. The curse is still following some people till today. Why some people cannot even be saved and born again is because of their foundation. You see some other lineage, you produce cult people, cult boys, drug addicts, prostitutes. Have you not seen such family? You go to one family, all the 5 children are idiots. This one is a Yahoo boy, and even the Yahoo is doing is not prosperous in it. People who he started before have already bought G-Wagon and they're even doing well. I want to believe a Yahoo boy who is the son of a blessed man will prosper with Yahoo, even if I didn't say you should go and do Yahoo. Can't you see a prostitute called Rahab secured the lives and destinies of 2 men of God in Jericho? God saw what she did and took an oath that through her lineage she is going to bring forth the Messiah. Rahab the prostitute is a grandmother of Jesus. Your good boy does not have any guarantee of a future. Is what you are laying down. It's a sacrifice you are laying down. I'm a good Christian. I don't told lies. I don't drink wine. I don't womanizing. I don't do that. I don't do. Keep your good boy in the refrigerator. The devil has scissors and a razor in his hand. He's babbing you. What is babbing you? Even if you look at yourself, you wonder, in whose image am I made? If he is babbing you, you wonder if you're a human being. He has bottle on the other hand. He's going to scrape. When he finishes scraping, blood will come out. He's scraping some people and they don't want to learn. They don't want to learn. They are still dozing. The whole boy is still struggling. All the magas he's speaking English to, the day they will pay is the day that another person collects the money. All the maga they are trying, the day they should have paid them, and then they are wondering what is going on. Check, your father was an ancestor who killed human beings. Our lineage is so bad. Then there are others who are even doing legitimate business, nothing to show. Nothing to show. It's foundation. No foundation of sacrifice speaking for you. What spoke for Lazarus when he died was a sacrifice of an ex-prostitute called Mary Magdalene. Alabaster box, broke it at the feet of the master. I wish you will learn this one more than anything else. You don't need to be the most holy Christian in the world. Yes, because you can be so holy going to heaven through hell. So tongue speaking, you'll be doing your whole life will be be going to heaven. Heaven is my home, heaven is my home, heaven is my home. I can't wait to get here. Sing all that thing you're singing. You will go to heaven like Lazarus the beggar, through hell. And God help you reach heaven. Jesus will not want to see you. He said, please, you should find Abraham. Let him come and take care of this guy. Find Abraham. Where is Abraham? He says he's at his bosom. He said, take him to his bosom. And then you think they are taking him to his bosom so he can go and sleep. No. is to go and do IT. Because Abraham is the father of wealth. So Lazarus, you failed on earth as a poor man. Go and meet the father of wealth so he can teach you how to prosper. So if you have a second opportunity to come back to this world, you will not abuse destiny. Yes. Go and learn from the father of wealth. Most of you don't want to understand it. That's why you are cool. Me, I'm radical. I'm crazy about this thing. There are depths and dimensions of God I want to enter. Unusual depths and unusual dimensions. And maybe you didn't have fathers that laid foundations for you. You are somebody's father. Lay foundation for your own children, for your own self. You don't know. Even if you're not married, you're going to be somebody's father one day. You're going to be somebody's mother one day. I did that check even in my own family. Were my parents good Christians, powerful Christians? They served God. They loved God. They did all that they should do to ensure that this gospel. Did they teach us in the way of God? Yes, they did. You see, the law of sowing and reaping is constant. You reap what you sow. I found out my daddy sold so much of training when it comes to training us in the way of the Lord. Before we were even born, he was already a Christian. My mother was a Christian, so we were not born sinners. Yes, I know that part, that you were born in sin. I know that. But what I mean by not being born sinners is that we were born into a Christian home, so we didn't even have the opportunity of testing this world, seeing how the world is. I didn't know I didn't see all that because I was trained from childhood. From when I was even 3, I started doing some amazing. I'll come back from church, I gather some people in my compound, and I'll be laying hands on them to fall down. You don't fall now, I'll push you by force, because I saw pastor doing it in the church. 3 years, 4 years I was in all that. It has always been in me. I won't sit down one place. When I even came to secondary school, the same thing. I'll be preaching from class. Came to university, I won't sit down one place. From pre-degree, I'm in final year classes preaching. You would think I'm in final preaching everywhere. That's how everywhere I couldn't rest. The thing has always been there. You know why? That's the foundation my father laid. So starting from me, who is the first son, down to all my siblings, we have that foundation of godliness. But there's a foundation he didn't lay. His foundation of sacrifice. He didn't lay that one. The family as a whole didn't lay that one. He has siblings. His brothers are good Christians. His brothers go to church, some is choosing, some aging, all kinds of whatever. If you see where they are praying and crying here, even my father, when he's praying and crying here, my father can finish this Bible from cover to cover. He starts quoting here. He's a better preacher than me. Yes, the man who born me, better pastor than me. He preaches here. But after that one, there's another side, that prosperity dimension. The average middle class thing, because okay, you work as a civil servant, make salary, you're able to take care of your family. That's okay, but that's not the realm of God. The realm of God is not the realm of just enough. The realm of God is the realm of more than enough. You know what the realm of God is? Abraham, I will bless you, and you shall become a blessing. That's the overflowing realm of God. It's not the realm of just enough. Just enough realm is a realm that can take care of you and maybe your immediate family. That's it. And then you can get it by getting a job. But you want to enter a realm where you are dashing cars, where you are dashing private jet like Kenneth Copeland, where you are dashing lands, where you are dashing buildings, where you are dashing all kinds of things. You're building estates for people. That realm is not going to be collected by salary. Can I hear a big amen? You collect it by sacrifice. So I studied my lineage. Good Christians that love God, and then my father had ripped it. None of us are cultists, none of us are prostitutes, none of us are gay, none of us are all that. All those things that give parents headache, my father doesn't have that headache. None of us are alcoholics. I don't think anybody in my family has tasted beer for the first time, even me. I've not tasted alcohol. I've not tasted drugs, hard drugs. For the first time till now as I'm talking, when you see the sharpness of my hair, you don't know where it's coming from. It's that Nazarene consecration. That Nazarene consecration. Like they told Samson, no wine will touch your mouth, no razor will touch your hair. So that thing will be sharp. No wine. So my daddy reaped all that. He can boast with his children. Oh, thank God I have godly children. I have children who don't smoke, who don't do this and all that. But to now break that circle where you have a family that is so tall in prosperity, you won't get that by just laying the foundation of godliness. You need to lay the foundation of prosperity. The foundation is built on sacrifice. David laid that foundation for Solomon. Are you aware? Abraham laid that foundation for Isaac and Jacob. Are you aware of that? Do you know what I found out? That even Jesus laid that foundation of prosperity. Oh, you think Jesus was a poor man? He laid that foundation. Who was Jesus before he came to the world? He was the Son of God. He was in heaven. He had prosperity. He had the kingdoms. He had everything. He had the throne. He was living a nice life. But do you know what Jesus did? He took all that and sold it as a sacrifice to God the Father. I don't think you understand your Bible. I said Jesus left all that he was in heaven, gave up all his prosperity to the Father. He sold it as a seed. How do I know? The Bible says, for we know that Jesus, though he was poor, but though he was rich, but for your sakes became poor. Find it and put it. Oh, I've not even read this one. Leave this one. But for your sake he became what? Poor, that you might be what? Rich. What does it mean to become poor? He was once rich. How was he rich? He had the riches of heaven in his hand, but he took it, laid it at the feet of his Father, and took the place of poverty, so that through that sacrifice, you who was one poor can now become rich. You will never give back to wealth until you lay that foundation of sacrifice. Never. You can carry your Bible from now till tomorrow, preach all you know how to preach, rema all you know how to rema. You will never be able to crack that ceiling. Have you not been preaching for years? For some of you, have you not been Christians for years now? Where's the result to show? I went to your governor's house in the village just on purpose. I flew in from Lagos, so I stopped at Owerri, and then I was coming back from that road. I said, let me even branch. I entered, and I drove all over. I said, one man broke it. One man. You may say the father was also rich. Which kind of wealth did the father have compared to what the man has now? He broke it. See what the man has done. You go there, if you see what is rising inside there, you can't fathom it. And then you see the same thing for all the families, for all the brothers. Don't you want that in your family? Are you the one that sees what is happening good for others and you are talking anyhow, criticizing? Even if you don't like a person, see his principles, study it, and then if it's working for him, go and apply it. What laid that foundation for the whole family is sacrifice. Christian family, what the father laid or the mother laid is that family of Christianity. Because I hear the stories of that. He will say that is the mother that laid the foundation of Christianity that they have. I don't know if you've heard it. That foundation, that she's the one who is always teaching them, call them. But the woman was not rich, so the woman laid foundation of godliness and righteousness, but the other man went and laid foundation of prosperity and broke it. Hello. How do you lay it? Put your treasure in the gospel. To lay foundation of prosperity is not to go and be dashing money anywhere you think you can go and dash. It's to look for where the kingdom needs resources. Anywhere you identify there's a burden in the kingdom, carry wealth and put there. You will see what follows you by doing that. And it's not something you do once. It's a consistent life. See what women were doing. That's why these women were blessed. The Bible says in verse 2, and certain women which had been healed, because Jesus was going to preach, certain women which had been healed of evil spirits and infirmities. Mary called Magdalene, out of whom 7 devils came out. Have you been impacted by this ministry? Have you been blessed by my teachings? Have you been healed of an infirmity? Have you been saved from sin? Have you been taught the word of God? After all that, your assignment is to sponsor that same gospel that saved you. He said, and Jonah, the wife of Chusa, Herod's steward, and Susanna, and many others, which ministered unto him of their substance. The next verse. And when much people were gathered together and were come to him out of every city, he spoke. Okay, that's a different distance. But you see that women were going around ministering out of their substance. Hello, women, hear me very well. Hear me. Most times when the men fail in that area, you are the last hope. You're the last hope. Because your children's destiny, to a large extent, will be shaped by you. If there was ever a Samuel, it was because of a Hannah. If there was ever a John the Baptist, it was because of who? An Elizabeth. I want to also believe if there was ever a Jesus, it's also partly because there was a Mary. Forget that some people do whatever they do in the name of, that is not scriptural. But I found that Mary was always with Jesus and Joseph. You see, even the wedding at Cana, she was the one that came to the rescue of everybody. He said, son, no wine. Oh yeah, do something. That means the woman had a great role to play in that man's life. Look at when Jesus was going to the cross now. Mary followed all through. Where was Joseph? He was pursuing contracts. In his mind, I think they said the boy just needs to die for the world. I don't know if people are following the guy up and down and crying. Let that guy go and die for his generation. But Mary, women are empathetic. He followed the boy to the foot of the cross. He was willing to be there. To a point the boy said, son, behold thy mother. Mother, behold thy son. So what was Jesus saying? He said, please stop all this concentrating on me. I'm going. So if you're looking for a son, see son there now. This one is gone. Then son, please take care of this woman for me. That's the woman who followed all through. If there was a Jesus, partly there must have been a Mary playing a role somewhere. You don't know, sometimes most of these things that most men have finally become is their mothers who bettered it in prayers, is their mothers who bettered it in sacrifice. There's some great guys. You see why when Dave buried his mother, he cried like a baby. I was watching it now. Cried like a baby. He has even named one international market the mother's name. I've not seen anyone that the father bears. You know why? He's not doing it because of whatever. There's something that woman has done in their life that he cannot recover from. You see, mothers, they will pray your destiny out. They will go and sacrifice. Mothers will come to the altar and say, for this my son, Lord. You will put money on the altar and pray. And then you see the son breaking through in Malaysia, breaking through in Dubai. You'll be wondering what is happening with this boy. He doesn't even pray. A woman is praying somewhere. Then for most men who are married, is their wives keepers of the flame. The man is in the field doing all his whatever vision, pursuing all this and all that. A woman is somewhere praying and asking God to bless the husband. And God doesn't turn his ears, turn the deaf ears on women who pray passionately. The Bible says, when all things fail, send for the wailing women and let them cry out to me, and I will hear. Find yourself in these four arms today, especially in the partnership arm, and do it rigorously, do it painstakingly. Sacrifice is that which costs you something. You don't do it because it's convenient. You do it because you're passionate to see God's kingdom advance. Okay, I want you to bow your head and just talk to God a few minutes.